Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Comic Zone. I'm your host, Ryan, and today, let us continue our story of Doom Clock. We continue with issue number 2. Doom Clock number 2. Look at this. A pile of clothes. Not the most original idea I heard that this would be. Anyway, Doom Clock was created by same people as last time. If you don't know that, please check out the other video to learn who did them all. And let's jump right in. Doom Clock number 2 opens with flash footage of nowadays. Yes, security camera. It keeps going back and forth. Showing the marionette. Describe the marionette. Sniffing perfume, I suppose. Nostalgia, she said. They don't make this anymore. Anyway, we again show pillars of modern day and security cameras showing both characters who are known by the marionette and the mime dressing up in what appears to be a robbery in the security scenes. Is that a gun in your pocket, or you just happy to see me? No, I ain't gonna say it. In the next panel in the black and white glory, we see what they look like as their villains. The story is actually called Places We Have Never Known, which I forgot to know is the title in the other book. I'll get to that later. Anyway, as the scene goes, as they rob the bank, a lady presses the silent alarm button on the bank, which is always directed right under the table. The marionette then, the whole open it or I'm gonna kill somebody bad guy monologue, where she convinces the lady in the desk to open the vault. Well, not really open, more like throw out a picture of her son. But when the woman gives up who can open the vault, the owner who could open it fired her. And then he goes on and on saying how she's worthless, how she's ugly. And this angers the marionette, who succeeds in chopping his finger off with puppet string. I'm assuming it's puppet string. It could be piano string. Well, since the whole thing is marionette, I'm guessing it's puppet string. And as it continues, a light appears, and out of that light comes the Watchman hero, Dr. Manhattan, seen with his forehead tattoo and everything. Usually this means these people are about to die, but in this case, before zapping them into a million pieces like he did Rorschach, see the movie to see what I'm talking about. Go to the movie to see what I'm talking about. He stops himself because at the moment, the marionette was pregnant with her first son. And after that, they were both taken into custody, not killed, with many people wondering why weren't they killed? Because according to Rorschach, he states that Manhattan eviscerated people for less. I butchered the word, I'm not that good. Please come by. And so Ozymandias decides to find out why. So he Rorschach, the marionette, and the mime take off in the old owl machine flying thing, and take off as soon as a nuke hits for the city. And as he presses a button with the with the Manhattan logo. The nuke goes off, killing anyone there. As they get caught in the blast, all this shaky stuff happens, like, because it's comic world and we don't really get a sample. And then we have boasted to the Earth One modern age with Bruce Wayne, millionaire Batman. He's doing this, I think it's psychological thing where they show flashcards like, what do you see here? Is it a plane? Is it a boat? Or is it Roger Rabbit? Well, anyway, he then has a meeting with Lucius Fox as riots go down in Gotham for a whole, looks like an Batman march with notable people being Rex Manson and Kirk Langstrom, two known supervillains in this universe. And as Bruce leaves, he gets new people that appear in Gotham. The Owl Machine, or Owl Bat, has come to Gotham, meaning Rorschach, Ozymandias, and the two villains have entered DC. They then proceed to lock up the Marionette and the Mime to go on, because according to Ozymandias, they don't need them yet. So they then hit the Gotham Public Library to do a little research on, the world. But before then, they see an old ad for Nathan Dusk, covert Calum as the PI with nothing left to lose. Remember Nathan Dusk and the whole PI movie, because that will come by later on. As they do search for the history, they run across the names of Lex Luthor and Bruce Wayne. So then they decide to go pay a visit to a hero and a psychotic bald man. Yeah, because that makes sense. Rorschach is tasked to go to Bruce Wayne, and Ozymandias goes for Lex Luthor, which he calls the smartest. And he produced to sneak into Wayne Manor, eat a bunch of pancakes. Even has a little smile there. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna eat this. Because I'm Rorschach and I don't care. I'm gonna eat these pancakes. Yeah. That's creepy, a smile. He then gets bored, does some reading, and looks around and discovers the hidden room to a Batcave, which actually is kind of cool the way he does it. You see, he just lays on the side, notices the clock. He takes a match and watches if the hands move. The hands don't move. So he figures there's something there, and he opens it and finds a cave. And meanwhile, Batman is being Batman and remembering his parents. Rorschach trips the silent alarm in the Batcave. This senses Batman because he has, super bad ears. And then meanwhile over Metropolis, Lex Luthor is coming out of a lab with the words, "You're all fired," cause man. Hold on. Then he proceeds to go into his office where Ozymandias is waiting, and when he asks who he is, he just states as the smartest man on my earth, and you're the smartest man on yours. He just says, never mind. And he says he's going to get security, but Ozymandias stops him, and all Lex Luthor says is, "Oh, you have. Feel free to approach my curiosity until they get here, smartest man," because showing the little Luthor ignorance and ego. Meanwhile, with the mime and marionette, they play little mind games with the mind doing the wanting to drink, and apparently he has a invisible lockpick in his mouth. Yeah, wonder how they noticed that. And then again, what they noticed. Anyway, he explains everything while Rorschach finds the Batcave. And he still explains that he has little time. He needs to find this guy. Lex Luthor is hesitant because he's like, this guy's crazy. And meanwhile, Rorschach is continuing to look in the Batcave. He sees Mr. Freeze's old costume. He sees files. He sees the Batman and Robin shoot. Even that famous gun that gunned down Martha and Thomas Wayne. And as they talk, they feel something like a spider sense, but behind. It's like, huh? Ooh, 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 ooh. A gunshot's fired and Ozymandias misses, but it hits Lex Luthor somewhere in like a mid shoulder. And with the words saying, "Last time you came at me, I was confused, drunk." And Ozymandias just says, "Impossible." And out steps is the comedian, waving a gun, saying, "This time I'm ready for you." And back at the Batcave, Rorschach looks and sees Batman, and all they have to say is, "You ate my breakfast." Yep, yeah, I did. And it ends with showing a handcuff, showing that the two have escaped. With another quote saying, "We are torn between nostalgia for the familiar and an urge for the foreign and strange. As often as not, we are homesick most for the places we have never known." Kunsten McCalls. Whoever that is. Well, it ends there, but with the usual articles, this time in computer form. Yep. And so it ends with the clock coming close, and for a bonus, a little bit of blood you can cover with your finger. And that was Doom Clock number 2, the sequel, the second and long-waited for the 1 out of 12, which is Doom Clock. I do also want to take this time to point out how I was wrong, because this says this was published in 2018 to February. The first Doom Clock also says January of 2018. I want to take this time to realize I was wrong about that. If anyone at all picked it up, good job. Well, honestly, it was like it had a lot to offer. It had a little bit of origin for the Mime Marionette, but not too big, as they get onto that later. They have little Lex Luthor, little Batman, little showing what's happening and how when they came in. They also showed the return of the comedian, which is this guy. For any diehard fans of the Watchmen series, they know that in the beginning of the comics and movies, Ozymandias beats the comedian up and takes him and throws him out a window, killing him, which is actually what starts the whole event of Watchmen. The death of the comedian with his signature, or happy face, which is another trend. But yeah, that was Doom Clock number 2. And it had promises. Especially with the blood. You won't see a lot of blood. That's where this also takes in for, has a Superman for the blood. You don't see a lot of blood on this. Anyway, that is it for the day. I hope you are all doing good. Stay safe, stay clean. I'll see you next time in 2 days. Yeah. Bye.